Hello and welcome everyone. This is Type V3 with the Transformers Generations review of the Legends class Swerve and his partner Flanker. So let's check them out. Kicking things off with Swerve, he's a punchy little red truck that's very reminiscent of the original G1 toy. It's a bit more curvaceous and not quite as stubby, yet the filled-in truck bed and the all-white front bumper serve as a delightful homage. The truck itself is well composed, there's no glaring panel breaks or huge gaps to be found. Paint apps and surface sculpting are minimal, yet each are wisely applied to form a practical vehicle. Then there's the red plastic, it's bold and just pops with its vibrancy. Swerve has a great-looking alt mode without much to complain about. On to Flanker, and he doesn't look too bad either. The basic jet design is sleek with nice lines running through it. Paint apps are restricted to the stripes and the Autobot logos, though I don't think any more details were really needed. Flanker's big highlight is the plastic he's been cast in. It's a midnight blue infused with light metallic flake. Definitely a cool contrast to Swerve's spirited color palette. It's also worth noting that these alt modes are securely held together and won't break apart from a sudden fall. Additionally, you can even pull down Flanker's peg, attach him to Swerve, and together they can roll across any surface with ease. Transformation for both characters is very similar in that it is incredibly quick and effective. Seriously, throw out the instructions on this one because they make the process seem longer than it needs to be. And if you can't do it without their aid, then maybe Transformers aren't for you. In robot mode, it's clear to see that Swerve has been styled after his appearance in IDWs more than meets the eye. There's a sharp silhouette and the profile's clean too. Sure, there are nods to the original G1 toy like the slimmer proportions, but this is undoubtedly the trash-talking Transformer comic fans have come to love. And nowhere is this more apparent than with his head sculpt. Simple? Yes, however, the bright blue visor and the stupidly happy smile make this toy overwhelmingly charming. In fact, it's so good that I somewhat found the rest of the body a bit disappointing because it isn't a perfect replication of his IDW image. Still, I suppose it's good enough. Flanker, on the other hand, is completely forgettable. The basic layout of the robot is fine, it's just that it's so hard to pick out with all the extra plastic hanging off him. Not to mention that with such few paint apps, everything tends to blend in together. Then again, at 2 inches tall, there's only so much you can expect from a toy this small. Swerve's articulation is underwhelming. The head can nod back and forth, but there's no swiveling movement. There's a hinged, ball-jointed shoulder and a ball-jointed elbow. Hips are on ball joints too, and the single knee hinges have great range thanks to transformation. Swerve's biggest issue is that there's nothing here to offer lateral movement. He's always looking forward. It's a problem that seriously hinders his already weak posability. As for Flanker, he can move his arms up and down. That's it. Although he does have one more trick. He can shift into a giant, awesome-looking blaster. It's the ideal weapon for Swerve and entirely makes up for Flanker's faults elsewhere. At best, Generation Swerve and Flanker are a decent pair of Transformers. They look cool and they play well enough, but despite these being Legends class toys, I was still expecting more, especially in articulation. Then there's the fact that Swerve's under 4 inches tall and has a price point that borders on a deluxe class Transformer. To me, the value doesn't add up, and yet that's not even my biggest problem. I don't know who this toy is for. With the Generation 1 alt mode and a modern comic-style robot mode, Hasbro has tried to appeal to all Transformers fans. Thing is, no one cares about G1 Swerve, and those who are fans of IDW's current loudmouth will be left with the feeling of, meh, I guess it's close enough. Now, I like these toys a lot, I really do, but it's not because they're a fantastic pair of gems in the Generations toy line. I like them simply because of the characters they represent, and that's it. But that's all for me. Thanks for watching, and now if you'll excuse me, I need to get back to reading. I've still got Dark Cybertron to get through, and I'm not exactly excited for it.